Kia ora, bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. So you've gone through Miles Morales and you've gone through Spider-Gwen and you've come up to the Symbiote Spider-Man, and for some reason you just randomly, you don't even do anything and you get smashed almost down to no life. And there's a reason for that. This guy's got a few nodes that are pretty interesting. So he's on the Sun Immune node, obviously he evades a lot, but also he's on transducer and the Langwer node. So what he does is he actually drains your power, and when your power goes to zero, you take 240% of his attack as direct damage. Um, I've gotten caught a couple of times by this, but also friends of mine and people in my alliance have got caught by this, where they are not quite sure what's happening. Um, if you can't get like a clean combo into him, as you can, or as you can see there, if your power goes to zero, then you're going to take that massive amount of damage. So I've had cases where I've started this fight, I've maybe parried, gotten a hit, he's evaded, and then immediately I'm taking 240% damage. So I'm showing just a kind of the interaction of that node in that first fight, and then I'll show you in the second fight um, either a one shot or pretty close to a one shot. But that node is something that you really want to be careful of. You can actually use any champion, I think, for this, but the idea here is to one, you never use your SP3, and chances are you probably will never get to your SP3 because he's gonna drain you anyway. And two is to manage and control your power so that you are always above zero, um, and you never get to SP3 and use SP3. Um, it does make it a little bit annoying because he can evade and because he's stun immune and because you might not be able to get really good open options. But you want to use somebody who does not rely on specials, or you want to use somebody who is a power gainer. So Hyperion would be fantastic for this fight. Just don't throw the SP2. Don't throw the SP3. Sorry. Mordo would be the same, but don't throw it. Really, any Mystic with Mystic Dispersion would be quite good for this fight. Iceman was fantastic for this fight, and I think I one-shot him here. I play a little bit aggressively. A few times, though, I've gone into this forgetting about the node and playing too aggressively, and throwing my SP1 when I've only just reached it, or just above, was just above it. And so I throw SP1, I don't have enough time to get in and regenerate the power. And then I've taken 240 direct damage and died. So this is the one thing to be careful for. Duped Iceman was fantastic for this fight because if you play aggressively enough, this guy is not going to evade you, and at the same time, you're going to be able, you can play aggressively, you can tank the SP3, and you'll be able to rotate through, get some clean contact, build up that power, and kind of circle through with the SP1, right? So that's what I do in this particular fight. There's a few others that are really good for this fight as well. I mean, I use Corvus with to good effect. If you're able to get that true strike with the Proximus Energy, you're able to just get in here, and if you can get some clean openings to begin with and just keep that power up, just so long as you don't throw the special, you can easily clean out this fight with a 5-star R4. So those are kind of like the tips and tricks around Symbiote Supreme. Corvus was fantastic, Iceman was fantastic, there's a lot of other really good options, but the main thing is just be aware of the interaction of that node. If you're not going to be able to go in for a clean 5-hit combo at the start of the fight, don't go in at all because you'll just waste your champion, and make sure that you manage your power so that you have some power and you're not throwing specials to bring your power down to zero. It's better to just go in and continue hitting combos than to use specials in this fight, if it means that you're going to die. So hopefully this helps you out. If it did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Ka kite ano, bros and girls.